Hey guys, I'm back. It's not a video about some back roads today, but I just wanted to talk about why I got a neon SRT4. Yeah, basically we're just gonna go over that today. Just why I got one, why I love it so much, and why I basically drive one. Okay, so alright, so let's maybe start with how I discovered the neon. How I discovered it is when I was about 15. Let's start even before I discovered it. I always played Forza 3, Forza whatever, and I always saw the neon SRT4 under Dodge, but I never thought anything of it. I always thought it was just a neon. I had no idea what it actually was. I always scrolled past it, and same with the Cobalt SS, which I appreciate very much as well. I didn't know those two cars were this good. I didn't know they were driver cars. I didn't know they were this good. So one day I was coming home from school, and I was walking home from school, and I see this silver neon outside my house. It's outside my neighbor's house, and I'm like, wow, that thing looks pretty beastly. It looks pretty good. I just think to myself, that thing looks pretty beastly. And later my neighbor comes out, and I think I just so happened to be out at the same time, and me and my neighbor start talking about it, and he's like, yeah, I got that neon, that's my car. And I'm like, oh really? Yeah, he's a mechanic and he likes fast cars, and I had no idea that was what it was. And he starts it up, and it's loud. He's like, it's straight piped, it's loud, it's turbocharged. I'm like, really? It's turbocharged? I had no idea. I just had no idea. And he starts it up, and we start talking about it. Yeah, it's Mopar stage 1. It's pretty quick. It'll take out 350Zs and whatnot. And he's like, you guys want to go for a ride in it? And I still have the original video on my cell phone of going for a ride in it for the first time. Maybe I'll post it, but we basically, it was manual stick. I was sitting in the back, and I just immediately fell in love. He revved it, and it was just like, goon, goon. Excuse my language, I can do it right now. He just revved it, and man, did I fall in love with it. And we just got going pretty much just like this. And it just immediately, I'm just like, wow. I see the boost gauge and everything. My car's got 2 boost gauges, but just immediately, I just thought this was so special. Then we get on not a back road, but basically a road that I already driven on in this road, or in this video, and he just hauls it. He basically pops the clutch in first gear, and first gear is just tires are just spinning, and then second gear he kind of slowly gets into it, and the boost builds up, and and it just starts hauling, and at this point I just fell in love. Like, I was done, so like I knew it. I was just like, wow, this is a serious car. And then you know, we drove back, and immediately I went into Forza and I created myself a Dodge Neon, and I made it silver, and I blacked out the grill like his, and I tried to get black rims like his, and I was like, I am so cool. And I didn't have my license yet at that point. I think I might have been 14. And maybe I could drive, but if I could, the most I could drive was just my Pontiac Grand Prix was my first car. And so yeah, that was just amazing. And from there on, I just totally respected these American 4-cylinders. Started looking for them, like the Cobalt SS and Neon SRT4. The Saturn Ion Redline is a decent car. I respect the Ford Focus SVT. Just American cars that you just wouldn't know. They're just such sleeper cars. I mean, the Focus SVT isn't fast, but it's driver oriented, and I can completely respect that. Where a V6 Mustang automatic, it's just your hairdresser's car. It's not a driver's car. SVT, Special Vehicles Team. So I can respect that, and it just always started with that day. And then I think I was 14, so a year later, I already said this, but I'll say it again. I wasn't doing so good, and my dad asked my neighbor to kind of do something with me and talk to me and help straighten me up a little bit. And we went bowling, but that was really nice. I really enjoyed bowling with my neighbor. He's a really cool guy, and I look up to him. But after bowling, we were like, we play another round, or I can teach you how to drive stick in my Neon. And immediately I just went to driving in the Neon, and he takes me in a parking lot of the bowling alley. Actually, it's a pretty big parking lot. And we started driving around, and I did really good. I didn't stall it out, and we went to the street, and I just drove around. One day I'll take you on the route that he did, but I just drove around and just fell in love with it. And then he was like, I didn't get on it so much, or that much, so he basically showed me what it could do. He got in the driver's seat and he showed me basically what he can do. I still have those original videos too, so maybe I'll post those, maybe not, maybe in a whole compilation of just my neighbor. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, and then there, I always wanted a Neon. I always look for them on Craigslist and Auto Trader and Cars.com and just things like that, and just always looked for them. My motivation going to work was to get my Neon SRT4, my very own. That was my motivation for a long time. I lost it for a little bit, but I got it back when I got my new job. I turned things around, started doing good. Man, that sounds good. And I was actually wasn't sure if I was gonna get an SRT4 or a Focus SVT. I was in between those two cars because the Focus was priced very well on resale, because you could get them for really cheap. And if I could have gotten one for really cheap, I would have gotten a Focus SVT, just something to drive stick in and have a little bit of fun. But the opportunity arose that I made a deal with my parents, or with my family, that I just keep doing good, and I could get this car, and just the opportunity arose, and I basically finally got this car. And I'm proud to say that I very much enjoy this car. The opportunity arose. It's, if you don't know Neons, it's 4-cylinder turbo, front wheel drive, 5-speed manual. It makes around 204, I want to say 240 wheel horsepower stock. If not, correct me, but that's what I've always thought. I'd say mine's right around 260 wheel horsepower, so not a big increase because I got air intake. I'm running the turbo Neon can't catch up to a Focus. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not even trying. I don't want to get a speeding ticket. And yeah, ever since then, I just love the Neons. And they're so practical too, because I mean, the base ones are just, they're family cars. That's what they are. So when you soup one up, you still retain all the family features. You still have 4 doors. You still have front wheel drive, which some people think front wheel drive is better than all wheel drive in the snow, considering in terms of control. Not in terms of speed, but in terms of control. Because it's just point and go. Yeah, it's just point and go. It just drags the back end. But all-wheel drive, when you start getting on the gas and all 4 wheels are spinning, you're just sort of sliding in one direction. Man, one direction. Oof. And you don't want to be sliding in one direction. What direction are you going? Hopefully not one direction. So yeah. So you still got 5 seats, still got 4 doors, and you get extra cool things with the SRT. You get moonroof. I got these little extra gauge pods. One's for boost, one's hooked up to, I believe it's called the OBD2 sensor, and it reads all my information going through the ECU or wherever it actually goes through. You can correct me on that if I'm wrong. And by the way, if this video ends, that's because the camera died if it ends early, so don't blame me. And stock, it gets a little boost gauge, which is always nice. First is so short in this car. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I came from a Pontiac Grand Prix, and the first in a Grand Prix goes up to 50 miles. Oh, hello there. The Grand Prix first goes to 50 miles, which is ridiculous. And this car probably goes to like 37 or so. And it's just such a big difference for me. Because first, he's just like, you could freaking cruise him first. What are you doing? That's what I thought. Come on, don't catch me. Don't catch me, like, come on. Come on. Come on. And there we go. It's as simple as that. Oh, the guy behind me made it. So I'm good. Man, I'm hungry. I should get some food. Alright, well. Yeah, so. Oh, and another thing about the SRT4 is, yes, I am going the speed limit. they're so, the SRT4s, I mentioned the SVTs are so well priced. I'm sorry. The Focus SVTs are priced so well. But the Neons, for what you get, is priced really well as too. Because they're 4-cylinder turbo. They're faster than Focus SVTs by a pretty decent amount, by maybe 3 seconds in the quarter mile. I mean, that's a big difference, but the Neons are priced well for what you get. And yeah, you could move up. Next in line could probably be the STIs, which are priced pretty well for what you get, but they're still up there. It's hard to reach, hard to attain. Even a WRX is hard to attain with good price and good mileage. SRT4s are just so easy to get, and they're so fun and dramatic to drive. You get that crackling and popping and that blow-off valve. That was mainly what I want, a car with a lot of soul to it, that's alive. And the Neon is just exactly that. It's just a car that with so much soul, so well thought out, and I just completely enjoy this car, and I just absolutely adore it. But yeah, that's basically my spiel on why I got a Neon SRT4 and why I love them, how I discovered them, basically all that good stuff. Yeah, so please subscribe and leave a comment. Tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you want to see for future videos, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.